advertisement boomed out from a bank of speakers either side of the stage. New Yorker Blair was adored worldwide, and even Sheridan had to admit that he could see why. Even if he wasn't his #1 fan. He was ridiculously handsome, his chiselled features giving him an almost action hero quality. His blonde, buzz-cut, streetwise air of cool and rock-hard abs had made him the poster boy of the DJ world and the face and body of countless fashion houses. He was Abercrombie and Fitch fit, with a talent that had seen him bag DJ residences around the world, including a 12-month run at a succession of Velvet Hotels across the globe. He was the best, and that's why Sheridan had employed him, both for regular nights at his hotels and also to keep the party pumping before the evening's main event. "Make the most of it, though, you fucking upstart," sighed Sheridan as he watched, "because this is it." A smile spread across his face, a grin of knowledge and power puffing out his chest as he spoke. Sheridan felt good. He always did when he was on top. A female voice sounded beside him. "It's time to get ready, sir. The fight starts in about an hour and a half, and you need to be looking your best. The eyes of the world are upon you tonight. Not that you'd ever look anything less, of course." Sheridan turned to look. "Thank you, Kassidy. Is my suit ready for tonight?" "Yes, sir. Clean, pressed, and set for wearing." "And my diamond cufflinks are here?" 2 commissioned diamond boxing gloves arrived by courier from London this afternoon." "Shoes polished?" "I had one of the bellhops shine them until he could see his face in them." "My daughters?" "Nikki will be here despite everything." "Have you two managed to—" "I'm not talking about that now." Sheridan's words, brusque and sharp, cut Kassidy off in full flow. "What about Heather?" Sadness washed over him as he asked, "Well, boxing's not really her thing, but she said she'd be here. I'll check for you." "And my wife?" "Mrs. Rivers has booked herself into the hotel spa for a last-minute manicure and facial and says that she'll see you at your seat for the fight." "Typical Sutton," stated Sheridan. "So, we'll be alone again in the penthouse then, Kassidy. Mind you, my wife's not slept there for days anyway." He moved towards her and gave her backside a squeeze as he walked past. Not as firm as it used to be, he thought to himself. "Good. I'm thinking there might be some last-minute odd jobs that need doing." He gave his growing erection a squeeze too, as he felt it through his linen trousers. "You reckon you can sort that for me too?" "Of course, sir," smiled Kassidy. But it was a smile riddled with doubt. After 10 years of being both Sheridan and Sutton Rivers's personal assistant, a job she had started when she was just 19, Kassidy Orpin was more than a little overblowing the boss whenever he demanded. But as she trotted off behind him in the direction of his hotel penthouse, she knew she'd be on her knees within a few minutes. It was what she did. If she wanted to get ahead and realise her ambitions, then giving head was just one of the many things on her to-do list. It was how she'd secured the job in the first place. A willing mouth and no gag reflex could erase a CV stating that she left school at 16 back in Dublin with no real qualifications, especially if your potential boss was a player who couldn't keep his prick in his pants. And Sheridan Rivers had been good to her over the years, which is why she had loved him, both in and out of the bedroom. But only when he chose, and only when Sutton was not within nagging distance, and preferably in another time zone. "I knew there was a reason I kept you on the books all these years," announced a naked Sheridan 10 minutes later as Kassidy, on her knees, expertly worked his length and took a mouthful of his seed back in his sweet. He withdrew his cock as she swallowed and patted her dismissively on the head, as if she were a puppy. "Cheers for that. Now, I'd better start getting ready for this fight. Where are those sodding cufflinks?" Kassidy stood up and wiped her mouth with the back of her hand. "Cheers for that. A valid reason. Is that all I am these days?" she thought to herself. Sheridan never used to say things like that.